This is part 4 of my series where I break down every player on the Louisville men's basketball roster for this upcoming season. And this is part 4, so we'll be breaking down my projection for the starting power forward, which is Alvaro Folgueiras. Okay, so Folgueiras is listed at 6'10", 230, and a senior on the University of Louisville men's basketball official roster that's listed online. He is a senior, however, due to the new 5 years to play 5 rule, he will have another year of eligibility if he wants it. Last season at Iowa, he played 37 games and only made one start. He played about 20 minutes a game, and he actually was third on the team in points, and I think he was third or fourth on the team in total minutes played. But he came off the bench all year. He averaged 8.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, and about 2 assists on 50% from the floor, 33% from three, and 76% from the free throw line. In his career, however, because before he transferred to Iowa, he played at Robert Morris. He has played 104 total games and made 42 starts, and his career averages are 9.5 points, 6 rebounds, and about the same 2 assists. On 51% from the floor, 35% from three, and 77% from the free throw line. And this season, he was the 64th overall player in the transfer portal and the 14th rated power forward. That is according to 24/7 Sports. So the key thing I want to highlight for Folgueiras is 22 games that he played at Iowa, where he played at minimum 20 minutes in those games. So you're taking out 17 games played, so it's about half a season. But in every game where he played at least 20 minutes, he averaged 10.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 3 assists on 52% from the floor, 36% from three, and 76% from the free throw line. And then you're comparing him to the last 2 starting power forwards in the Pat Kelsey era. You have Noah Waterman and Javon Hadley. So what are my thoughts? So the good passing. He is a very good passer from the high post, as well as from just the 3-point line. Coming off setting screens. He's a pretty good passer. I expect him, similar to how Ali Khalifa last year, to be somebody who comes in and acts as a secondary playmaker. He is a traditional power forward in his build. He is all of 6'10". He has long arms. That's something that we haven't had. We had Case and Pryor, but he's not been healthy, so that's something that would be nice to have instead of a 6'6" power forward. 3-point shooting. His 3-point shot looks great. It's quick. It's repeatable. It's got a high release. It's a very good-looking shot. His percentage last year was only 33%, but his percentage the year before, when he was the Horizon League Player of the Year, was right at 40%. So he's a capable stretch four. He's a fluid athlete. Some would say a sneaky athlete. He's not going to dunk from the free throw line, but he can move. He's a guy that can take the ball on the perimeter, put the ball on the floor against certain opponents, and go get a bucket. He's someone that moves well. He's very fluid, and then screen and pop. So I didn't see a lot of pick and rolls from him. There's some, and he's a decent cutter as well, but he's really good at setting screens and flaring out or popping out for three-pointers or for a high post touch where he can either go to a post move or, like I said earlier, set someone up with a pass. So the bad, so he's got a questionable motor and questionable consistency. So the consistency, Iowa played him at center a lot. He's not a center. He's a power forward. But Iowa had to play him a lot at center. Their starting center was 6'8" power forward. So I think playing a natural power forward position will free up Alvaro's game and maybe make him more consistent. But a lot of things that I know a couple Iowa fans and things that I've read and seen is that they believe he has a questionable motor. At minimum, he did not really fit well into Iowa's coach's system. He's not a plus defender. He does block some shots every now and then. He's got long arms. And like I said, he is a fluid athlete and he can move. But he's definitely not somebody who's going to go lock down another team's best player. He's capable of playing good defense. He's not a cone, but he's not going to be a great defender. And lastly, he's an average rebounder, maybe a slightly below average rebounder. But players who play on the perimeter, even if they're 6'10", typically don't rebound very well just because they're not in the right position to rebound very well. The good news is Woolley, Knox, and Flory Badunga are all great rebounders for their position or in general. that will help with his ability to, or lack of ability to rebound. All right, so what are my final thoughts and projections on Alvaro Folgueiras? I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name. I think he's going to be the fifth starter in a sense, and he's going to be a connecting piece, a role player, and a stretch four. And I see him averaging about 9 points, maybe 8.5 points, 4.5, maybe 5 rebounds. And I think he can average 3 assists or so a game. I really do think he's going to be a good secondary playmaker for this team. And I expect him to shoot right around his career averages of 51% from the floor, 35% from 3, and 76% from the free throw line. If he can shoot anywhere near 40% from 3, if his game can open up playing next to a center like Flory Badunga, that will do wonders for this team. And as always, I appreciate you guys. If you guys can leave me a like, follow, subscribe. I also have a YouTube. I've got a Twitter. I've got a Facebook now. And this video is made in partnership with the 1912 Society Discord. Their link is in my bio. Appreciate it.